It feels weird talking about American Survivor while Big Brother is still airing, doesn't it?
Wild, honestly.
We're gonna get like 6 weeks of doing the double.
Yeah.
Wild.
Never thought that was going to happen, but here we are. Here we
Here
are.
we are indeed. But what's up, castaways, survivors, all the lovely people? Welcome to the Cup TV, part of the Currently Unnamed Podcast Network, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And you can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm Logan Murphy, say something gay, and we have had a long day of podcast-related things, and it is not over anytime soon. So I am drinking a protein coffee, feeling like the most gym bro that I possibly could. Because the only cup I had available was a blender bottle. So that's what we're doing today. It is a hazelnut cookies and cream protein coffee today. And it's pretty good. I'm not mad at it. So
work. And hello, what's up, everybody? I am Lana, your resident evil diva, and I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. I am not drinking coffee, but I still feel very gym bro-ish, I guess, because I do have my huge, it's not a blender bottle, but cup. I feel like a soccer mom with that's what it is. I'm a soccer mom. With my big lead cup, my cup here, and it's just full of like really amazing juice, Kool-Aid that I made myself, and I love it. It's delicious. And so I'll be just sipping on that throughout this whole thing. But what I always have nearby, just in case I want something a little bit more petite, is my cup mug. Panel full of cup mugs for our first Survivor podcast of the season. First Survivor podcast of the season. Yep. Cup mug. Hey. And you can get your cup mug or any of our beautiful cup merch at Lana G's Creations. Etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship internationally. And we do ship domestically here in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. So there are no excuses. Get your cup merch. Period.
Period indeed. We are here. It is time, Lana, to talk about Survivor 47. I'm very excited.
Woo! I am too. I'm ready to get back into Survivor. I didn't think I'd be ready this soon, but I am ready. Let's just do it.
Right. I'm like, I've been missing Survivor a little bit. Yeah.
Let's just do it. Let's get it.
There's just a wealth of reality TV right now. Everybody, their mother, their second cousin, and their granddaughter's niece have decided to drop their casts this week. And by that, I mean, we've only had 4, but it's a very rare occurrence to have 4 casts drop in 1 week for us across all of our shows. So it's 5 because Dancing with the Stars also dropped today.
Dancing with the Stars, Traitors Canada.
Dancing with the Stars, Traitors Canada, Survivor 47, Drag Race UK, and Drag Race España all this week. And Dragula probably next week.
Next week. So everything is happening right now. and as podcast hosts who covers all of that, we're kind of like, but the fan in us who watches these shows for enjoyment, they're like, yes.
I'm so excited to have more TV to watch.
Right. I went after a slump after Love Island went off, and I was like, what do I watch?
Right.
What do I watch? Now, I don't have to ask that question anymore.
Now it's what order am I watching things in?
Right. When do I have the time to watch everything?
Very that. But we are going to dive into the cast for Survivor 47 with some familiar faces that I am very excited to talk about. And some new faces that I am equally excited to talk about. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe if you've not already, because we are here almost all the time giving you almost all things reality competition TV. And that currently means Survivor 47 coming up very, very soon in a couple of weeks. Circle. It's 6 this week. God. Circle is soon. We are talking about Big Brother 3 times a week here. We are talking about The Anonymous, which if you are not watching The Anonymous, go stop this, finish this video. And as soon as this video is done, go watch the first 5 episodes of The Anonymous, because that show is giving. Speaking of Survivor, Nina Twine, Sandra Diaz Twine, Survivor 47. Boom. And make sure to check out the description below. Circling back. Mm-hmm. Make sure to check the description below where you can find all of our audio podcast links, as well as our other YouTube channels, because we do cover a lot of things here at The Cup. And check out our Patreon for exclusive content and early access. We might be doing some early access Survivor 47 stuff. I don't know what we're doing yet, but we're figuring it out as we go along. So without further ado, we're going to go into our cute little circles over here so we can talk about Survivor 47. I love the logo. We talked about it in the Survivor 46 finale. I love the logo.
I think the logo's cute. Logo's cute.
Very cute. Very sunset. I do love Lana. Lana, I love this background.
Things. It felt right when I saw this logo. I was like, a sunset background only fits.
Let's do a cute little, very demure, very mindful of you, Lana.
It is very demure. I didn't want to go overboard. I want to be demure.
Nope. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Well, without further ado, there are a couple things I want to talk about before we dive into the cast, because I just remembered we got a couple of little nuggets of tea about this season. Mainly that we did get confirmation that the Sweat and Savvy task is gone, never to return.
Good.
Thankfully. Thank you very much.
I didn't want that.
And this season is going to bring the return of the Survivor auction.
Okay.
And
Love
we found out that their plan for the foreseeable future is to do it once a cycle. So we will not be getting an auction on Survivor 48. I'm so sorry for all the Survivor 48 people, but you will not be getting an auction. You already know that because you already filmed your season, and it wrapped like a couple of weeks ago, I think, actually. But yeah, I'm happy to see that they're bringing the auction back, and I am happy to see that it's not every season.
Me too, because then they will get stale. Like people already know what to expect. I like that they're going to mix it up, mix and match it, and
it sucks for the even season people, but
yeah, but I don't mind it. I mean, I'm sure they'll find something fun for the even season.
Unless they're going to save it for 50.
Ooh.
They might save it for 50, and 49 might not get it. Who knows?
Maybe. Who knows?
Who knows? But yeah, let's dive into these cute casts of people. Everyone is also color-coded by their starting tribe, and I'll talk about the full tribe designations at the very end. But first up, we have Teenie.
Teenie.
Come on, Teenie. 24 from Manahawkin, New Jersey. I believe her pronouns are she. So until I am told otherwise, I will be using she. Please let us know in the comments if things are different. I did go look at Teenie's Instagram, and pronouns were not indicated. So Teenie, if you can do us a favor and throw some pronouns, that'd be great, darling. Thank you very much. But Teenie is a freelance writer. 3 words to describe her would be social, mischievous, and introspective. Among previous players that I appreciate Entertainment Weekly. Y'all are changing it up. Y'all are listening. The question this year about previous players is, which previous player do you identify with the most, and who do you think you will most play like? Or play most like. So thank you. I like having both parts of that question.
Absolutely.
Who I identify with is not necessarily who I would play.
Who I play, absolutely. So good.
I identify with Angelina. That doesn't mean I want to play like Angelina. No shade.
No shade.
I love Angelina down, but
love it.
But Teenie said that she most identifies with Elaine, Evie, and Ty.
Okay.
And that she wants to play most like Mike White with a dash of Fabio and a sprinkle of Courtney Yates. If you get it, you get it.
Okay.
Okay. What she'll value in an alliance partner is that she said she tends to gravitate towards women, looking for intelligence, the ability to do mental math that she can't do, a tendency to enjoy gossiping, but she honestly wants to work with everybody. Her pet peeves are when people are constantly late. She said it makes her very angry and upset. And why she will be the sole survivor, she said, because people like me and I like people. My strategic and physical attributes will be underestimated, but sharp. My social game is going to be killer. And Teeny also talked in her little cast bio video. Shout out to Reality TV Fan for posting all of those. Thank you very much. She talked about how in college she was surrounded by nothing but sorority girls.
Mm-hmm.
But in her current work, she's surrounded by just a lot of like alpha dude bros.
Mm-hmm.
So she's able to adapt where she needs to adapt.
And I can see that in her saying that she gravitates towards women because those are who she was with. Those are who made friends with in college and in those multiple years of our lives.
Yes.
And into adulthood, she was surrounded by men, alpha bros, like she said, the alpha men. But when she said she likes to, the mental math that she can't handle or whatever, and she can't deal with, but she likes to gossip. That's her woman's. That's the girly side coming out of her. That's that. All of my girls are sorority girls. We sit there, we talk about boys, we do our hair, we like do that thing. I like a good adaptable person who can hang out with the girlies, do the girlies, and we all have a good time, but also know how to talk to the alpha males to make them not only respect that you know what you're doing in this job, but you know how to do your job, and it's not like you're not coming off as too. Oh my God. You know what I mean? Like I like that. I don't want to say high hopes for Teeny, but I'm
optimistic.
Right. I have good vibes coming from Teeny.
Teeny gives good vibes, period. And the video, I will say, the cast video did confirm that for me at least. I'm excited.
Me too. She gives me good vibes. I like her.
Period. Let's move on next to Teeny was on the Red Tribe. I don't know the tribe names yet. I don't think they've revealed them. Our next person up, Rome, also on the Red Tribe. 30 from Corvallis, Oregon, but currently in Phoenix, Arizona. Yay, Arizona! Thank God. Because the last person we had was Jamie. No shade to Jamie. We do love Jamie. Jamie's actually here. But I do love more Arizona representation, so thank you, Rome. He is an esports commentator. 3 words to describe him are charismatic, entertaining, and cutthroat. One of the questions was asking about a life experience that has prepared you for the game, and he said fully tearing his Achilles. Amongst previous players he identifies with and will play most like, he said, I identify with Sean Rector and Todd Herzog the most. Sean told it like it is, gave great confessionals, and was true to himself. Todd had the greatest final tribal of all time with his way with words. I could agree with that. I will truly play the game most like Cook Island's Aussie. I want to be known as one of the greatest challenge beasts of all time. What he values in an alliance partner is someone bad at talking publicly so he can beat them at Final Tribal, along with blind loyalty. Favorite hobbies include playing video games while listening to podcasts, which I could not relate to more. Could not relate more to that. Pet peeves, ordering food with somebody, then when we get the food, they still want to take some of my fries or what I got. If you wanted some, order some.
Period. I hate that. Hate that.
Unless I'm offering.
I don't ever offer because I do
sometimes. It depends. Because because maybe I want some of what you want or what you got. And if you want some that we swap. Anyway, why will Rome be the sole survivor? I will play my idols. I will win at least 4 individual immunity challenges. I have a way with words to get people to do what I want. Having an anyone but me mentality.
Love it.
Rome's talking a big game here. But there's something about him that makes me think he can back it up.
I felt that about this one. This one, the energy was strong for me. I was like, Rome, you might make it onto my draft team if I can have you, maybe, possibly. Because number one, I love that he's an esports commentator. That's so crazy cool. That's so crazy cool.
I think specifically in Fortnite, I don't know if it's specifically, but he did mention Fortnite commentating in Saudi Arabia as part of his video.
He travels and do those things, but I love that. It's some. And he was like, people will see me as loud, but if they learn to like me, loud. But yeah, I don't know. It's something about this one that I was like, I kind of like this man. I don't know. He seems right at the age where we start having some sense about ourselves, so we're not doing the most and over too much, but still young enough to be in with the cool kids, and I like him. I like him. I don't know what
I'm a root for anybody from Arizona, and I'm happy that his bio backs it up. So I'm happy to see it.
And I root for everybody black. So there we go. Period.
This yellow did not translate on here. I'm so sorry. I thought I picked a good enough yellow shade. But on the yellow tribe, we have Annika. She is 26 from Santa Rosa, California, currently in Los Angeles. She's a marketing manager. 3 words to describe her are exuberant, curious, and calculated. And she said calculated being her favorite word. Why she wants to be on Survivor is, she said being on Survivor is an instinctual need of mine. From the very first episode I watched in season 28, I immediately Googled how to apply to get on Survivor. The previous players she identifies with and will play like, she said, in my day-to-day, I have a tendency to be blunt and straightforward like Queen Sandra, and I can persuade people like Queen Parvati. However, I think I would play most like Queen Sarah in Game Changers, someone who is socially aligned with most players, someone who people will trust, who will get advantages in the games, and someone who is able to deflect being a threat to others. What she values in an alliance partner, she said, who she chooses to align with will be based purely on gut feeling and intuition. She values someone who is interested in cooperating to pool our information together, someone who's considerate to share information, even if we have to vote differently. Hobbies include dancing, cooking, gardening, and being a plant mom. Her pet peeve is when people leave the water running, people who aren't spatially aware in crowded spaces, and slow drivers in the left lane. Period. And why she will be the sole survivor. Are you ready for a paragraph, Lana? Because she gave a paragraph, and I'm here for a paragraph sometimes. She said, I am an all-around player. I'm an extrovert who can also listen and remember very well. I can get people to open up about themselves comfortably. Strategically, I will make my small moves, such as keeping camp clean, look natural when I'm actually putting in the work. When I make big moves, I won't boast about them. I'm flexible and can adapt to various scenarios in life. 2 skills necessary in this game. I'm a natural problem solver. I am no challenge beast, but I do love a good puzzle. I'm able to manipulate and deceive with a smile on my face. However, overall, and most importantly, I believe in my intuition. I will outwit, outplay, and outlast my competitors.
I think she's so smart. I think she's so smart. And I fear that could be a detriment to her game.
Yes.
I fear she'll be so smart that either she overthinks things or she overplays things, or people will catch on to how savvy she is and want to make sure that she doesn't make it to the end.
But I like her still. I like her. Thing.
No, and that's the thing. I do like her. I'm rooting for her. I think, she is cute. She's smart. She's super, like, I think she really knows what she wants out of this game, and I feel like she's studied the game enough to know what she should do. But watching Survivor for so many years have kind of made me see things and believe things. And somebody like her, who's very cute, very smart, very small and petite, will always sometimes be looked at as the weakest person in the tribe if she doesn't come out and like smash puzzles. Like, if she's really good at puzzles, she needs to show that right away so she can be a valuable asset to the tribe.
But I think she's smart enough to know that too.
Honestly, I will hope she does that. I really hope she does, because if not, they're going to look at her like, oh, she's so small, she's weak.
Yeah.
And I don't want them to do that to her.
No.
I like her.
No. I like Annika a lot. My favorite part about her video as well, I want to bring this up before we move on. She talked about in her dating app profile, it was Hinge. They showed it. It was fucking Hinge. In her Hinge bio, one of her prompts is, I'm convinced that I can win Survivor. And the fact that she just kept collecting comments from men that were like, not if I'm there. Queen.
Mm-hmm.
Queen.
Mm-hmm.
Queen.
Like
Queen.
Blocking them every time they want to come at her like, you won't win. Block.
Block.
Swipe left or right, whatever it is. I don't know. I'm not on those days.
Left.
Swipe left. Like,
I'm not on them anymore either.
But swipe left.
I don't remember. Whatever. But I like her a lot.
I do like her.
Yeah. Next up, we got TK.
T-Core? TK.
No, TK.
TK.
I'm excited for T-Core and TK to come together after the season is over. TK is 31, currently in Upper Marlboro, Maryland. He's an athlete marketing manager. 3 words to describe him are spontaneous, genuine, and ambitious. He talked a lot in his cast bio as well as his video about having a rare kidney disease that almost killed him in high school, having 50% kidney capacity once they realized, what was happening. And I did want to acknowledge that because, he loved this guy already. Previous players that he identifies with and will play like. He said, my favorite player of all time is Tony. He was always unapologetically him, and I respect that. With that being said, I haven't really seen a player on the show that I see myself in, but I typically gravitate towards the social and physical player. I see these things being huge parts of my game. Players like Caleb from 45. Not Beast Mode Cowboy, but 45. Caleb with a K. Thank you very much. Players like Caleb, although I hope to make it much deeper in the game than he did. What he values in an alliance partner is authenticity and trust. I don't want to be aligned with someone who is just being a character on TV. I want to align with someone that will stand on business for me. Thank you. Come on, standing on business. Hobbies include watching football, going to the gym, and playing Xbox. Pet peeves are unmotivated people who think they know everything, and someone talking over him when he's speaking, along with bad hygiene. So he's going to really struggle with the hygiene part. And why will TK be the sole survivor? Because I put my mind to it. Once I get a goal in my sights, it's rare that I don't achieve it. I know the odds are stacked against me, but that has been the story of my life.
I like him.
I like him too. Except for the Tony response. Everything else I like.
I want to add another word to his 3-word to describe himself: spontaneous, genuine, ambitious, and fine.
Yes, God.
Yes, God. When they showed him on the sidelines in his little suit and tie, and I was like, oh, okay, work. I can't wait to see him with his hair down. Yay. I like him though. I thought he was really, first of all, the fact that he is working with 50% usage of his kidney is always just so impressive. And I love that he has not let that stop him or keep him down in any way. He is living his dream on Survivor. Love that for him. I think he's going to be someone who can get along with so many different people. Like you say, he's into marketing. He has to talk to so many different people from middle America to upstate New York to the hood in New York City and all the way to California. Like, he talks to so many different people and has to relate to so many people. So I think that'll help him in this game. And he just seems very charming. I hope he is as charming as he was in his video. That'll get him a long way. I like him. And of course I root for everybody black. So of course I'm rooting for him. Period.
Yeah, I would also add very handsome to his list of words. Yes, absolutely. Next up, we have Tiana. Tiana is 27 from Aiea, Hawaii. She is a flight attendant. 3 words to describe her are adventurous, multi-passionate.
I don't know what that means, Reach.
I don't know what that means either, but work. And funny. She talked about one of her life experiences that prepared her for the game is being a D1 athlete. She played volleyball for Gonzaga and sand volleyball for the University of Utah.
Go Zags, period. I love them.
Period. Previous players she identifies with and will play like. I resonate a lot with Parvati. I feel like a lot of women do, because she used every part of herself to win. She was sensual, cunning, strategic, athletic, and was the master of her own destiny. I plan on playing hard and using everything that makes me me. I also loved Gabler. He was constantly networking, but knew when to take a back seat. He listened and observed before making a move. He won individual immunity challenges and could read situations and people really well. I think I'd be a stealthy chameleon, taking shape of and mirroring whoever I'm talking to. What she values in an alliance partner is open communication. There are going to be a lot of times where I won't be at certain conversations, and I need to be able to trust that my alliance partner will tell me accurate information so we can protect each other and make moves together. I also value someone who's willing to make big moves, who's willing to play fearlessly, someone who's playing to win, not to lose. Pet peeves include entitled people, people who don't use their blinkers, when someone talks at me and not with me, people who make others feel lame for caring about things, pessimistic people, and loud talkers in public spaces. And why will Tiana be the sole survivor? She said, I will be the sole survivor because I am smart, tenacious, cutthroat, socially aware, and have a magnetic personality. I have the ability to make people feel comfortable and can effortlessly make genuine connections with just about anyone. People have an easy time opening up to me, and I plan on using that intel against others. I want this more than anyone, and I'll stay up finding 1,000 idols if I have to. Well, I hope she doesn't, because I don't seem to be a curse that someone brought up. I don't remember who it was, but someone talked about.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I think I don't know what Matt. Excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you. I don't know what multi-passionate means, but I like her energy. She gives like very bubbly, effervescent energy. Like she seems like a really cool, chill person to hang out with.
She gives me D energy.
Oh, I can see
and
that.
I'm nervous for her in that regard. I'm real nervous for her.
I can see that too. Tell you, was something I said I liked about her, but I can't remember. I can't remember. But I think that she might give that overachiever type of, and or people might find her too like she's too much, maybe a little bit. I don't know. I'm hoping she'll be able to sync her energy with people, and like you said, she's a chameleon. She can talk to whoever is happening, what's going on in their energy matching. She needs to do that with everybody and match the energy when she's in the space, so they won't pick up her ability to just lead and guide. Because like I think she said she wanted to be a pilot. That's why she's their flight attendant now, but she wants to be a pilot. And so I was like, okay, work.
And she is on the same starting tribe as the flight school owner. So I think she'll be fine.
Yeah, I think she'll be fine. They'll definitely talk aviation. So that'll be great for her. I love that. I love that for her. And I do like her. I think I like her energy. She's definitely giving me the aloha mentality and personality. So I am here for her. I can't wait to see what she does.
Yes, God. Next up is Rachel. Rachel's 34, currently in Southfield, Michigan. She is a graphic designer. Though she talked a little bit about like she does like user interface. Like that's her. Graphic designer is a very broad term for what she does, but she does user interface stuff, things like that. 3 words to describe her are down to earth, bubbly, and determined. She talked about discovering Survivor in 2017 when her husband put it on. And she was immediately hooked, as you know, that feels like
that's how it happens.
She also talked about being born in Thailand. And she lived there until she was 7, but she never spoke Thai. And then she moved to the US and didn't understand American culture. So that kind of, assimilation is going to help prepare her for the game. Amongst previous players she identifies with and wants to play like, she said Kellen's story always resonated with me. Her Midwest nice, her ability to trust her gut, and her smarts and charm. I would love to play like Omar. Omer. He played such an incredible social and strategic game where everyone believed he belonged with them and trusted him. I strive to play such a cunning and masterful game. What she values in an alliance partner is someone that will not be intimidated by my sort of rapid fire way of thinking. Ideally, someone that takes my word vomit and parses it back and can balance out my overreactive brain. Pet peeves include hot oil splattering me while cooking and balloons popping, especially intentionally. And why will she be the sole survivor? I think I'm good at reading people's motivations and desires, which you need in order to pander to a jury. I make fast friends and tend to gain people's trust quickly, and I'm sort of a Goldilocks. Not too weak, but not too physical. Smart, but not the smartest in the room. I'm socially well off, but never the leader or figurehead. I'll ride the middle to victory. I like her.
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of myself in her.
Okay.
The word vomit, the overreactive brain, all of that. Like, I see a lot of myself in her. I really like Rachel.
Yeah, she seems cool. She didn't leave an impression on me that I was like, oh, I need to get to know her. I can't wait. But she seems like a sweet person. I'm interested in how she assimilates into this tribe, like she had to do when she first got here. I think she'll be okay. I'm rooting for her in a way because I want her to be that Asian representation that doesn't get put out early in the game, because what they do to Asian women in Survivor is tragic. It has
We've
been
got several this season.
I know,
We've
and
got
it's
several
been,
AAPI women,
which I love, because they need to be represented, and they need to be represented well, and get beyond pre-jury, because they be coming for
and
them and
representing
following them.
wide facets of the umbrella that is AAPI.
Women
as well. So, also, I meant to bring this up with Tiana. Thank you for casting a Native Hawaiian.
Period.
I don't know how. I don't think she's the first, but I appreciate them. Still casting a Native Hawaiian person.
Love that. But yeah, I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch what she does and see what she is. She just didn't make the impression on me watching her video, but I can't wait to see what she does.
Same. Next up, the name on everybody's lips. It's John Lovett. Fellow podcasters, therefore we will be rooting for John. And I'm not mad at it. So, 42 from Long Island, currently in LA, host of Pod Save America and Love It or Leave It. 3 words to describe him: opinions for days.
I love that so much. I was like, work.
Previous players that he identifies with and play like, he said Penner with an Aubrey moon and a Cochrane rising.
Stop. This man.
I love it so much.
I already love it. I didn't want to love it, but I love it.
What will he value in an alliance partner? Consistency, thoughtfulness, and a vibe that says, I won't panic and stab you in the back. For pet peeves, he said too many to count. Phones at stoplights, people who cut a line and then act confused. I'm constantly annoyed. I'm like a gay Larry David. Something we wouldn't know from looking at him. Astronaut Buzz Aldrin almost punched me in the face.
I mean, I can believe that.
I believe that.
I believe anybody
and why
punch in the face.
Right. And why will John Lovett be the sole survivor? He said, I've always felt like an outsider. In part, that's because I was gay. But if I'm being honest, that was never my largest problem. Social graces, fitting in, making friends, it's never come naturally to me. I had to work at it. In that way, I've been training for Survivor my whole life.
Okay. I like his answers. I think he's
I do
going to
too.
be very interesting to watch. I do believe he has opinions for days, and I think he's going to either his opinions are going to be appreciated or they're going to get on people's nerves. I hope
Yeah.
they're appreciated. I really like him. Um, he's closer to my age, so I appreciate that. I hope he does
Mhm.
well. He's a fellow podcaster, so of course we have to work to that. Um, I can't wait to see what he does. I can't wait. I'm really excited about him, which is very rare for me to be excited about a white man on the show, especially a 42-year-old white man. I'm never really that
But it's
excited
John
about.
Lovett.
But it's John Lovett, so I'm going to be excited about it, and I hope he does well. I hope he does
I do
well.
too. I do too. I think he's going to be a very interesting personality to have on because we haven't had someone of his personality type on in a couple of seasons. So I'm really intrigued to see how he'll do.
What I'm interested in is if somebody is going to know who he is. Like, it's
There's
good
got to be.
somebody who be like, I listen to your podcast.
I think there's at least one person on this cast that will know exactly who John Lovett is, and it's spoiler because she's also a podcaster.
Well, yeah, but I want to, but I want to know if they listen to his show, like somebody who's a fan
Right.
of his. Like, oh, I listen to your show. I really am a fan of yours. I subscribe to
We'll
your
see.
channel and all that stuff. I would love for that to see that.
We'll see.
Interesting.
I'm excited for John. I think John is a really fun casting choice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Next up is Genevieve, our resident Canadian on the
Mm-hmm.
season. She's 33 from Winnipeg, Manitoba. She's a corporate lawyer. 3 words to describe her are energetic, friendly, and organized. Previous players she identifies with and will play most like. She said, let's go with a combination of Eliza, Chrissy, and Lindsay. I'm Lindsay from 42, I'm thinking. That is who she's talking about. I identify with strategic women who are direct. I think saying Lindsay to people in the game will not raise any red flags. I plan to say I admire her because of her success and challenges, but will omit any reference to her amazing social game. What she values in an alliance partner is predictability for obvious reasons and a strong social game that is attractive to other players outside the group. Ideally, my partner would deliver me intel that I wouldn't otherwise be able to get. Pet peeves, airports, or the combo of airports and people. People who line up at the gate way too early, as if the plane will leave without them if they don't storm the boarding gate. People who hog the armrest or take off their shoes, then put their feet up. An accomplishment she's most proud of is actually just getting on Survivor. She first applied the first night that Canadians could, and has gotten progressively closer ever since. And now she's finally on, and I'm happy for her. And why will Genevieve be the sole survivor? I connect easily with people, so they won't hate living with me, and I'm very objective focused. Nothing, no bond, deal, fear, relationship will stop me from doing what I think needs to be done to further my game. Killer instinct vibes in Fiji for me.
I'm very much in the middle with Miss Genevieve. I
There's a
like her.
duplicity about her.
Yes. I like her. And but I don't know if I like her. You
Because she
know?
talked about, yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. Because she talked in her video about how she's like, she started out by saying, "Oh, I am gonna be lucky if I make it to day 4."
Mm-hmm.
But then also by the end of the video is like, I'm gonna win unanimously, never getting a vote casted for me.
Right.
And if I do any less than that, it'll be a failure. And I'm like, I
don't know if I don't know if I fully buy into what she's trying to sell right now.
I think I agree with you. I think I like her personality, but I think she's trying to sell something. Yeah, like you said, I'm not buying necessarily what she's selling at.
Not yet buying it. So I kind of feel like she's just a wait and see type of person. If we were drafting, which I'm glad we're not, she wouldn't be someone who I would
not
just
today,
jump.
At least.
Right, not today, not right now. We will draft, but not right now. I don't know if it's, look, we might record it. We probably won't. I don't know. Who
knows?
Probably won't. But she wouldn't be the person that I'm like itching to get. If I got her, I wouldn't be mad. I'd be like, okay.
Right.
But I wouldn't be like, oh, she needs to be the first person I draft.
Right.
And if I didn't get her, if somebody else got her, I wouldn't be like, oh, shoot, dang, I was thinking.
Oh, no.
Yeah, she wouldn't be that for me. But I don't know. I'll wait and see. She could prove me wrong.
She can. Next up, Gabe. Gabe is 26 from Baltimore. He's a radio show host. Mm-hmm. All these people that are radio show, podcast, commentators, they said that's the pool we're pulling from this season, apparently. 3 words to describe Gabe are opportunistic, resourceful, and blunt. Mm-hmm. Previous players he identifies with the most and will play like. He said, I think there's a bit of a lot of players I resonate with and will emulate, but to be honest, I don't want people to watch me and say, wow, he's like XZY. Mm-hmm. I want people to look at players that come after me and be like, wow, he's like Gabriel. Fair. What he values in an alliance partner, he said, it's cliche, but trust. I mean, what else, right? Okay. Pet peeve is passive aggression. Say what you mean. And why will he be the sole survivor? I can read people better than anyone I know. Also, if I get an idol, I'm playing it. So clearly they showed them 45 and 46 in Sequester, and that's about all the knowledge he might have about Survivor.
I don't know. Gabe rubbed me the wrong way in his video. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, he ain't, no.
He rubbed me the wrong way in his video when he was just like, I know it's cliche, but I didn't come here to make friends. And I get that. But, and everybody says that. Everybody comes into these shows saying, I didn't come here to make friends. I came here to win the money. But we're human. And coming on shows like this, if you happen to make it to the end, or if you happen to make it even to jury at this point, you've learned a lot about these people. You learn about their personal lives. You learn about who they are as a person. And it's hard to be like, I didn't come to make friends. And if I leave here and still don't have no friends, I'll be all right. Because that's not how it works. And he was like, I will leave here if they aren't a part of my life afterwards. That's fine too, because I got enough people. I'm like, I don't think that's how it works. I feel like when you've spent a lot of time with people, you do start to care about them. Even if you came in here with the mindset of, I don't care about these people. I don't know these people. They're strangers to me. Yeah, but if you stay a long time, they won't be strangers. There'll be people who you actually happen to like. And so I don't like the people who come in and be like, I didn't come here to make friends. I ain't gonna make no friends, because that's not realistic. If you're so standoffish where you're not making friends, then how are you going to outwit these people if you're not trying to get to know them? How are you going to outplay these people if you don't know what their weaknesses are? How are you going to, outlast anybody if nobody likes you? So you have to make friends with people. So no man is an island. You can't survive on Survivor playing a lone game. You have to build some kind of trust with people and some kind of rapport with people in order to play this game. So I don't know about him. He just seems very young and dumb right now in his video, and too arrogant and too cocky. So I don't know about him. I'm not sure.
You said everything I was going to say, so I'm going to move on to Kyle.
Okay.
Kyle, 31 from Sheboygan, Michigan.
Love that.
That is the most Midwest name for a city I could have ever come up with. He is a construction worker. 3 words to describe him are fun, ambitious, and creative. One experience he said prepared him for Survivor is van life. Mm-hmm. He's been a van life person for 6 years with his wife and his daughter. Previous players he identifies with and will play like. He said the player I identify with the most is Jesse from season 43. His main goal was to win that $1 million prize for his family, and that's one major reason why he applied. As far as who I think I will play most like, being that I'm an old school Survivor player with new abilities, I would say that JT, if he was just a good person, doing his thing and climbing the ladder without making folks feel uncomfortable with his character remaining in the game. What he values in an alliance partner. I'm.
Hold on. Did he say JT if he was a good person?
I would say that JT if he was just a good person.
So apparently he knows JT is not a good person, but he wants to play like JT. I felt the shade like all the way over here. I was like, "Ooh."
Thanks, Kyle. We love to see
it. Love that for that. I love you for that, Kyle.
Love Kyle for that.
That's why I'm like, wait, hold on. Read that again. If he was a good person.
The girls that get it.
Get it. So okay.
Well, Kyle. In this case, the Kyles that get it.
The Kyles that get it. Period, Kyle. But go ahead.
We love to see that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Kyle. What he values in an alliance partner, he said, a valued alliance partner needs to be honest, even if it means I'm about to get the short end of the stick. Someone who can cut the shit and give it to you straight. Someone who will stand aside even if it means there's a bumpy road ahead. Pet peeves are people sneezing around me and hearing people chew food. And why will he be the sole survivor? I'll be the sole survivor because I'm pouring every ounce of heart and soul into this game. I'm not just playing for myself, I'm playing for my family and an opportunity to bring them home enough money that I can not only present them with financial freedom, but also an opportunity of generational wealth, something that could take care of my family for generations to come. It's not super often that I root for a straight white man, and yet in this case, I am really liking Kyle.
Mm-hmm. I think Kyle is... he's very straightforward. He's very like, I know the reason I'm here. I know the reason I'm trying to win this. It's strictly for my family. So that's going to always be in the back of my mind. Yep. I like that he recognizes when people aren't good people, but just and can separate game from character. And it's like, yes, he played a good game, but that does not mean I like him as a person. I mean, because that's how I feel about Tony. I respect Tony's game. I just don't like him as a person. Period.
Agreed.
And so it is what it is. And I kind of like Kyle. Kyle is somebody who, he's the person who I'll be upset if I didn't get on my draft. If I was going against, like, it was just me and you, and I'm like, dang. Unlike Genevieve, I'd be like, okay, well. So
not Genevieve still catching strays.
She gonna catch the strays. She gonna catch the strays. Sorry, Genevieve.
Watch, by the end of the season, Genevieve is gonna be your favorite.
She's gonna be my favorite. I mean, she's gonna be like
if she makes it that long.
Like she could be like Emily.
She could be like financial analyst Emily Flippin. Who knows?
She could be like Emily because I didn't like her at first, but I grew to really respect her and like her as a person.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see how Kyle's gonna do.
Me too.
Next up is Kishan. Kishan is 28 from Fullerton, California, currently in San Francisco as an ER doctor. That tracks. Not surprised he's from San Francisco. 3 words to describe him would be nurturing, composed, and adorable, which I agree. Previous players he identifies with and wants to play like. I identify and hope to play most like Spencer. A geeky nerd who had an authentic yet devious, charismatic while scheming, under the radar until it's too late gameplay. What he values in an alliance partner is someone who can disagree with me but can still work with me. I appreciate and trust folks who aren't afraid to share their opinion but can still understand countering perspectives and are open to having open conversations, weighing various points. Someone who is level-headed and understands the nuances to emotional intelligence. Pet peeves are slow walkers. I'm not surprised. Loud chewers and thinking salt and pepper are seasoning.
I love it. You are so Kishan.
I love this man. I love this man.
So
I love this man. I love this man. I love this man.
You are adorable.
You are adorable. You are 100% correct on that pet peeve.
Yeah, that's mine too. That's mine too.
And why will Kashawn be the sole survivor? He said, as somebody raised with grit and nurtured to respect true hard work, I will never give up. Living a life in fear of being ostracized for being gay, I have an intuition on who to trust and share with. Thriving in chaos and remaining in control of any situation in the emergency department, I stay calm and focused with adversity, and with that, I will be the sole survivor. I do also want to point out that upon my roommate, who is also a gay man from India, upon him seeing the cast, and I hadn't fully dived into the cast yet, he goes, $10 tells me Kashawn is gay. Just from photo alone.
I mean, it's the hand on the hip, it's the head tilted to the side,
yeah,
and it's the big cheese smile. I would have said that too. I would have said that too.
You know, other than the obvious person who I know very much about prior to this season, who we have yet to talk about, Kashawn's my favorite. I think he's going to give what Bonnie tried to give in 46. I'm going to be honest. I really appreciate that they have cast 2 gay men from India in back-to-back seasons. I do really appreciate that. So
I definitely think he's going to give a better version of Banu, and he's not going to be as annoying. So I think Kashawn is going to be great. I am very much looking forward to seeing him on this. I think he's going to relate to so many people. They're gonna love him. He's adorable. What's not to love? What's not to love? And if somebody gets hurt, he can look. If somebody gets hurt, he can help. He can tell the medic team, "Oh, don't worry about it. I got it. He's good."
Right. Period. Right. When they call in the doctor, he's already there.
He's already there. Word.
Period. I wonder if they would actually I wonder if that is a conflict of interest. Like, can he help?
Can he? Maybe not.
Like, legally speaking, can he?
Probably not, because he's probably not on the medical staff that they hired for this sort of thing. He probably couldn't, but if he hurt himself, like if he got stepped on something, he'd be like, I don't need medic, I just fix it myself.
Right. Like, I can what word am I thinking of? Not brace, but
I could
yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Like he can make his own sling out of a shirt.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah.
He'll just be able to fix the stuff himself.
I do think he's adorable, and I'm very sad to find out that he has a partner.
Yes, he's definitely adorable.
Very adorable. Next up is Sam, 24, from Schaumburg, Illinois, currently in Nashville. He's a sports reporter. 3 words to describe him are passionate, stubborn, and ambitious. Previous players that he identifies with and will play like, he said, I identify with Michelle Fitzgerald. So much more to her than her appearance, and played the game twice with grit, tough exterior with an emotional core. My game may also look similar to Devin Pinto. He built relationships, gave up control early, didn't have to be the alpha, and made a late run. What will he value in an alliance partner is predictability. I want to know how my allies think, what they value, and what they need from me. I won't deal with erratic people. I'd also love someone that presents more strategic than me to hide my own wit. Pet peeves: when someone leaves the door open too long, entering the sauna, and wastes the heat. Agree. When someone uses an accent to say a foreign word correctly when they're not from there. And overly confident sports fans. And why will he be the sole survivor? I can gel with any group of people. I'm a physical, strategic, and social force that will never be perceived as the strongest, smartest, or loudest person in the room. I'm gritty. Will he hit the gritty this season? Who knows?
I hope not. I don't know.
I kind of like him.
He's all right.
He's all right. Yeah.
He's all right. He's not offensive to me. Like, somebody who I'm like, oh, no, thank you. So he's all right. I think he's somebody who I would like to see. I think, you know who he kind of gives me the vibes of? Jake.
You know whose vibes he's also given because of age? Xander.
But I feel like Xander was too cocky. And so people
he's like he's like a good combination of Jake and Xander.
I feel like he's the Jake of it all. He's like, but good, better in age, you're right. He's going to be able to, people are going to know that he could do physical stuff, but he's not going to be the strongest guy in the group that they need to go for first. He's going to show he's smart enough to do some things, but not the sharpest the sharpest one that they don't feel like they need to go for first. He's that person you go for third or fourth instead of first or second in that group of manly men who alphas who do this big time. You know what I mean? So
I do.
Oh, what's old boy's name? Sam. What his name? Sam? Sammy. That's who he reminds me of. That's who he's giving me the aura of Sammy. Yep.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, I agree with that. Next up, speaking of physical presences on the same tribe as him, it's Andy. 31 from Buffalo, New York, currently in Brooklyn. He's an AI research assistant. 3 words to describe him are frenetic, warm, and creative, which I think is a unique combination. He talked about a life experience that prepared him for the game. He talked about the casting process for Survivor, and that he was a finalist for the last cycle. We also found out that Tiana was an alternate for 45, which I forgot to bring up earlier. But he talked about it being very emotional to get so close to being on and not sure whether he would get on again. But now he is, and I'm happy for him. Previous players he identifies with and will play like. He said, I identify the most with Yule. Wow, flattering myself. For being a triple threat Goliath and truly inspirational Asian representation. I think I'll play the most like Omer. Though he didn't win, I think he demonstrated the optimal, most respectable blueprint for a good new era game. Prioritizing social capital, information, and options in a way that sustains a manageable threat level. What will he value in an alliance partner? He said, I want someone who is not willing to win at all costs and that is susceptible to true loyalty. I need this person to want to take me to the end, even if they're not sure they can beat me. This can either be some moral compass they bring in the game or just because they love me that much. Amongst his favorite hobbies is being a K-pop stan, which I thought was interesting to point out. Pet peeves, people obsessed with grammar, people walking directly behind me, and cherry-picked statistics. And why will he be the sole survivor? I feel like I'm 2 good players smushed into one. My 2 great powers are my ability to charm and disarm people from all walks of life, and my ability to crunch numbers in a pinch. I'm confident I can always find the right vote split / plurality option, and I can use my social bonds to execute on it. And he brought this up in his video, and I'm glad he said it. I feel like people are going to immediately think of him as Austin.
I can see that. But Austin made it to the end, so.
Sure did. And lost.
But maybe he'll be the Austin in the parallel universe that wins. Yeah. I don't know. Andy seems fine. Nothing's that too much that stands out about him for me. He seems like a dude that's cool and, gives good vibes. He's somebody who I will keep my eye on.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with him too. Is like I don't know exactly. He seems like he's very, very self-aware of the kind of player that he is. Clearly, it seems like Austin was chosen over him in the last cycle, so that might be a little bit of like rivalry, whatever. But I don't know. I'm intrigued. He's someone I agree with you. He's someone I'm keeping my eye on because I'm not too sure about him. Yeah. Next up is Sue. The oldest woman on the cast. She's 59, currently in Putnam Valley, New York. She's a flight school owner. 3 words to describe her are badass, fearless, and adrenaline junkie, even though that is 2 words. So therefore, Sue, you've lost the challenge. previous players that she identifies with and wants to play like. She said I feel like I will be a combo of Tony and Sari.
Okay. Right.
Pet peeves include one-uppers, people who talk too much about stuff that no one cares about and can't read the room, energy drainers, people who are only negative and complain all the time. And why will she be the sole survivor? Because I'm a badass. I'm not afraid of anything or anyone. I will take the lead and follow my gut. I will take out the threats and work on manipulating the others to do what I suggest. They will see following me will help to get them far, and all will respect how I played. I'm good.
I want to like her, but I'm scared to like her. I don't know. I'm sitting here and I'm thinking. I mean, it's cool that she runs a flight school. She's one of the 6% women who can fly.
Love that.
She's done incredible things in her life, I'm sure. I'm just again, I'm not sold. I'm not fully sold.
I'm not sold at all. I'm gonna be real honest. I'm not feeling Sue. There is just something about her. I am just not feeling her energy. She talked about like her pet peeve being energy drainers, but I feel like she is that kind of person.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel the person who says that's their pet peeve is the one that actually drains the energy.
Right.
But
I don't know. I could be proven wrong about Sue, but I'm not vibing with her.
Yeah. The vibe isn't there. The vibe isn't there.
The vibes are not great, unfortunately. But let's move next to Caroline. Caroline is 27 from Palos Verdes, California, currently in Chicago. She's a strategy consultant. 3 words to describe her would be adventurous, enthusiastic, and supportive. She said it's been her dream to be on Survivor since she was 5. So I do love that we're getting good old classic super fans. Who does she identify with and play most like? She said, I resonate with Tori from season 42 and Emily Flippin. I love their honest takes and thought their insights were spot on. I'd love to play like Dee. Her strategy drove the game. She was smart, perceptive, and kept her best moves secret from most other players until the final tribal council. What she values in an alliance partner is someone who thinks they can beat her in the final tribal and who I also think I can beat. Alliances with the dynamic are the ones that actually last and dominate the game. Pet peeves include incompetency, loud chewers, people who ask you to complete something by a deadline and then send a follow-up before the deadline. She talked a lot in her bio and in her video about growing up playing water polo. And why will she be the sole survivor? The complete answer to this question is taking me too long to write, so I'll just say this. I've been preparing for this experience for a long time. I have the grit, determination, and experience needed to win.
I kind of like her. I think
I like her a lot.
I like her a lot. I kind of like her. I think she's going to be that. I believe her when she says she has the grit and the determination to do what she needs to do in this game. I like that she was like, I'm going to do my part, make sure I am seen as an asset instead of a liability to any tribe. I love that about her. I think she's going to be somebody who's going to be considered one of the stronger women on the tribe and somebody who they want to keep around. And I don't think she's going out first unless she does something so egregious and ridiculous that it just caused the tribe to just like, okay, now she got to go. But I kind of like her. She's all right in my book.
Yeah, she's saying a lot of really, really smart things. I think, what was it that she said? The combination, I think, recognizing that she resonates with Tori and Emily, I think is a really good trait to have. And I think having that self-awareness is going to put her in a good position. She's been a fan for what? 22 years?
Right.
Almost as long as I've been a fan, honestly. It's a couple years off. But yeah, I like everything she's saying. I like her energy. I like it a lot. So
I'm feeling her.
Yeah. It's time for Asia! Thank God. Next up is Asia. If you don't know Asia, you should, because she is more, I would say more than John, honestly. She is one of us. She is a frequent podcaster over at Rob Has a Podcast. So shout out to Asia. Before we dive into her bio, I just want to go ahead and say off the bat, the fact that someone within our circle of reality TV podcasters is on Survivor now, that's just so fucking cool to me. And I know this has been a dream of hers for a while, so I'm just so thrilled for her. So thrilled for her.
Me too. It's lovely to see her, and I'm excited to watch her do her thing.
Let's see what she gives. But she's 32. She's from DeSoto, Texas, currently in Houston. She's an IT consultant, though you should also just put podcaster there, but whatever. 3 words to describe her are overachiever, unique, and joyful. She's been watching Survivor since she was 12 and talked a lot about her mom throughout her bio, and her mom being very, very important to her and being the reason she started watching Survivor. Previous players she identifies with and will play most like. She said, I identify the most with Cirie because of her ability to use her personality to connect with so many kinds of people. I plan to use my ability to form relationships to make sure people genuinely like me without thinking it's strategy. So I plan to have a social game like Cirie with the physicality of Natalie Anderson. I lost 10 pounds of fat and gained 5 pounds of muscle in preparation for Survivor by strength training. What will she value in an alliance partner? Blind loyalty. I'd love for them to be loyal to me without realizing that I'm a threat to win. Too many people lately have been blindsided by their ally. I want an ally who is too loyal to even consider betrayal. Pet peeves, people who are loud in quiet places, people who chew to the point where you can identify what part of the meal they're on. People who don't listen, people who oppose the idea that dogs can be someone's children. Yes, she brought up her dogs, Pepper and Cinnamon, and I'm happy to see it. And why will Asia be the sole survivor? I believe I will be underestimated. I will use my social game to push me through while unveiling my competitiveness when it matters most. Then at Final Tribal Council, I will be able to clearly articulate my strategy to get there.
I believe what she says.
I believe her.
I think she's going to be a social threat, but not in a threatening way. I think people are going to want to work with her, especially if she can prove herself that she is not that she's going to try very hard in challenges. When people don't see her as a liability to the tribe, I think she's going to do really well. I'm hoping she does really well. I'm very excited to have her on the screen. I'm very excited to watch her. She mentioned in her video how she started watching she's been watching and seeing people like Marianne and what's
Drea and Shan.
Drea, she said the girl who was the other lawyer. Katurah, yeah. And I love that she was like, the representation on there made me feel like I could do this. And seeing Marianne win it is like, yeah, period. You can go on it, you can do it, and you can win it. So all of the boxes are ticked. You can do this. And I'm rooting for her. I think she's going to be fun to watch. And I hope she has the best time or had the best time out there because it's already recorded.
She did too.
But I hope she had the best time.
Me too. Period. We've got Sierra. Sierra is 27 from Wilmington, Delaware, currently in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. She is a nurse. She talked about being a nurse in a plastic surgery office situation. 3 words to describe her would be ambitious, intuitive, and hoot.
A hoot, honey.
She's a hoot.
She's a
hoot, honey. Previous players that she identifies with and will play like, she said Stephanie LaGrossa, We love a Delco girl. She's just a blast and dominated Palau, becoming such an inspiration to young girls all over the world. She's the perfect example of being able to achieve anything with resilience, perseverance, and toughness. We have a ton in common, but her love for sports and a good competition takes the cake. JT in Tocantins is how I see my game playing out the most, mixed with some Tony and D, of course. What she values in an alliance partner is laughter and a good time. We're freaking stranded on an island stripped of anything. We better be making the most of it. Show me you're genuine and trustworthy, and we'll dominate out here together. Pet peeves include clapping when the plane lands, slow walkers, or saying no offense or I'm kidding when you're not kidding. And why will she be the sole survivor? If there's one thing I know about me, it's that I work my ass off at everything I do. There's no such thing as 100% in my book, always 150% or nothing. I plan to follow suit here. Also, I like to say I'm a pretty good time. My friends tell me my laughter is contagious. I just hope my tribe feels the same. I practiced the last year, so I expect those 4 a.m. gym wake-up calls to shine through in the challenges.
I love a hardworking queen, somebody who prepared themselves for what they were coming on here to do. Love that for you. I like her. I think she's sweet.
I do too.
I think she's, I think she's somebody who's going to be entertaining to watch. Even if she's not the loudest in the room, she's going to be somebody who
I still think she's going to be the loudest in the room.
I don't know. I think she's definitely going to be someone who is going to keep up with camp life, is going to work hard around the camp, going to do what she has to do in challenges. Mm-hmm. I can see her being one of those women who they're like, oh, she's a strong woman. Let's keep her around.
She'll be the leader of the let's keep the strong women around brigade.
Unless she turns out to be not a girl's girl. And then she's like, then I'll be like, not surprising either.
Who knows? We'll see. I do like her energy. I like her energy a lot. I think she feels very grounded, but also very bubbly at the same time. I feel I resonate with a lot of that. So I like her energy a lot. She's someone I'm looking out for.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And last up is Saul. I think because his name is Solomon, I'm going to say Saul and not Soul. So I'm going to say Saul. Saul is 43 from Del City, Oklahoma, currently in Norwalk, Connecticut. He works in medical device sales. 3 words to describe him would be witty, friendly, and lucky. Previous players that he identifies with and will play like Gabler. We're both in medical sales. We both have a strong ability to build bonds and have self-awareness. Adam, I'm a strategist. And Tyson, I hope to win people over with charm. What he values in an alliance partner is to keep your mouth shut, sticking to the plan while also being adaptable if need be, their ability to act. Pet peeves include treating people in the service industry like crap. Be kind. Thank you, Saul. Thank you very much. I agree. What is the accomplishment you are most proud of? Take a look at my wife.
Work.
I kind of love that. I'm not even going to lie.
Work. I love it.
I will also point out for you, Lana, something we would never know from looking at him. He said, I used to live with international pop sensation Ryan Cabrera.
Okay.
Yeah.
You lived with Ryan Cabrera.
Apparently he did. And why will Saul be the sole survivor? I have more than willpower. I have Saul power. I think if he makes a deep run, I think he's going to be the confessional king of this season. Honestly, I see him. I like him a lot too.
And for 43, Saul looks good. I was like, you work, Saul, because
I was gonna say
video. Did you see the video? I was like, the arms
I sure did.
Man. I was like, okay, work, Saul.
The arms on this man. I'm like, I am hoping we get to see a lot of Saul shirtless.
Saul works.
Say that much.
Saul works, and if he talking about his biggest accomplishment, look at his wife. His wife is probably like, look at my man, like period.
Right.
Works, Saul. I like him. I think he is definitely going to be. I think I'm going to say it. He's making a deep run in this game. He is not going to get out early.
Right.
He's making it to jury. He is going to be someone who the tribe wants to keep around because of his physical prowess. He's going to be somebody who they want to keep so they can keep winning until they merge. I think he's going to be old enough to have the mental capacity to handle the difficult situations that's going to pop up around them. I think he's going to be that cool, calm guy that can handle things and not flip out about it. And, he's going to be threatening enough, but non-threatening enough where they feel like they need to get him out right now. And then he's going to win when he needs to win. I feel that for Saul. I think Saul is going to do well in this game. I want him to do well in this game. I'm excited to see him play. I kind of like him. He seems funny. He seems somebody who's going to give us good entertainment on TV.
Yeah, I agree with that. He's someone I'm very excited to watch.
Absolutely.
And that is the cast. Before we go, I do want to talk about the tribe designations. Specifically, I already know there is a tribe where I don't want to see any of them go. And that is our red tribe. So our red tribe is Asia, Genevieve, Teeny, Rome, Saul, and Kashan. The yellow tribe is Sierra, Rachel, Annika, John, Sam, and Andy. And our blue tribe is Tiana, Sue, Caroline, TK, Gabe, and Kyle.
Okay.
Yeah, that red tribe is stacked.
Yeah.
That red tribe is stacked with all my favorite people and Genevieve.
Yeah.
Not Genevieve catching strays again. Sorry, Genevieve.
You just go catch the strays till it's over, honey.
Genevieve. Genevieve.
Genevieve.
Is that going to be the adaptation for the... Genevieve.
Genevieve. I mean, if she goes out early, definitely.
Genevieve. I'm excited for this season. I'm excited for this cast. We will be back shortly after the premiere of Survivor 47 to talk about Survivor 47.
Absolutely.
So, thank you for joining us. Let us know all your thoughts down in the comments below. Let us know who your favorites are, who you're rooting for, all that lovely, fabulous, wonderful stuff. Make sure to subscribe, like, and share on the way out. Make sure to check out the description below as well, where you can find all of our audio podcast links, our other YouTube channels, our Patreon, our social media links, and where you can get your merch, including but not limited to cup mug. I just realized that there was no ticker banner running for this entire video. And you know what? It is what it is. Social media links are down below. Go follow us. Thank you. With that being said, we're going to get out of here, survivors. Cheers.
Cheers. Bye.